Hello everyone and welcome back to another Skul Slayer video. I'm here with my boy Haxa. You probably know him from the YouTube channel. Say hi to the people.
So,
Yeah, so we had an idea, we would just do a small collab here and try to make a tier list, like the best tier list ever, the ultimate tier list.
better than
And
mine.
yeah, we'll see how this goes. It might just end in chaos, which I hope it doesn't, but you know what? There's only one way to find out. So, as usual, we have the list here: SS, free win, S is insane, A is amazing, B is the average skull, sort of, and C is just the skull that, these guys need help in the current game. And what better way to start the skull tiers than with Alchemist?
A very middling fucking skull.
Yeah, about that, I don't know, man.
I, I'm honestly not even against you. Like,
It's like he's literally just golem right now. I had the most busted alchemist run you could possibly get this morning. It was I had 6 artifacts, so like literally all the good magic items. I
mm-hmm.
had the ring. I had nether mana
Ooh,
suppressor. I just had everything. Like I could show my build, but I would have to pull up the video. But I had
I can imagine.
everything. And it would be like, oh, he does decent damage. It's like, why did it take him so much to be decent? You know?
The thing about it is about Alchemist, it's like you said, Golem is like his best option, and it's on a cooldown that stops sometimes. Like you have to there's like a cooldown, and then there's an even bigger cooldown where the meter isn't filling at all.
Yes.
And in the meantime, you have to rely on your flasks, which take forever to cool down. And
And they're not
like,
good. They're not worth
yeah,
the thing.
yeah,
Because like the thing about Alchemist before, right? When he was like in A tier, it
I
was
would put it in
because
SS quite literally just because of Flame Flask in the past, and it was literally only
yeah,
that
but the
that
thing
was
is like
carrying
I
everything.
I try I put him in A or S just because you know what I want to take into account the other flasks too, right? Like
Yeah, but
Flame
he
Flask
he
Alchemist, it was easily SS.
yeah
It's
he
like
but
just
it's
because
literally only that.
yeah, like now I feel like even the bad flasks actually got nerfed, you know, because
Well, people, you can make an argument for where statuses are right now, like how good or bad they are. Some of them are better than they were. Some of them
okay,
are
but the
worse than
thing
they were.
yeah, but the
Freeze
thing
is worse than it was.
yeah, but the thing about the statuses is all the good statuses. So the main two are bleed and
Poison,
poison.
bleed.
Alchemist doesn't have them, so it's just it is a
Yeah,
very rough time for my boy
they
Alchemist, dude.
they gave him
You're
the worst stuff, but Arson's pretty good. But that's about it.
yeah,
Freeze and
Arson is
stun are
pretty good,
mediocre.
but then again, you're running the issue of like Arson is not great against bosses, and you're having it on a skull that is not great against
Yeah.
bosses.
But bro, you're forgetting Plague Flask, bro. It's so sick.
Yeah, bro. So about Plague Flask, I've not seen anyone just show me the damage, bro. I'm sorry.
It's 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 trash.
It's I don't know, dude. It's I've seen some people say it was dealing 1,000 with each burst. I don't
What?
know what kind of build you had, bro, because
They,
it will take me a
I
hunt
want to
werewolf
know.
to get this guy to 1,000 damage per hit.
Hey, I guess that's possible, technically
Yeah, I mean,
speaking.
yeah,
You swap the werewolf hunt and then
yeah.
swap out.
So yeah, so
If you want to do
Alchemist right
that,
now, you're just playing with one passive. You're playing with I want to say a bad basic attack, just because
oh,
it's
the
not
basic attack is negligible. It's worthless.
because the thing about the basic attack is since it's projectile based and it doesn't pierce, it does not stagger multiple enemies at the same time,
Hmm.
and you're just like playing. You're just like shooting them with piss. Like you're just
Hmm.
waiting. You're just pissing at the enemies and hope they die from a safe place, which is like why not use Warlock at that point? It's just
Yeah,
yeah. So Alchemist is in a very bad spot right now. Like he needs buffs.
I agree.
Arclich though, I want to say somewhere around here, either amazing or insane.
I would say amazing personally for
Yeah,
me.
maybe like top of amazing,
Yeah,
right?
that's completely fair.
So like he still works because even though his damage got gutted, he has access to 3 skills, so he's somewhat, like it somewhat balances out sometimes. But
Hmm.
yeah, so you can still deal some really good damage against bosses with good builds. I've melted the Joan before. It was a busted build, but I still achieved it, right? So it's not like the damage is garbage. And like he has one of the better basic attacks in the game. Great aerial attack. He has some decent room clearing, so he's not bad. He's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, like he's just good. Like I think that's
Yeah.
in a word,
So
he's good.
okay, so Berserker is when it's a bit. I'm not sure actually whether
I'm actually not sure. This one's hard. It's
it's
definitely S
it
or SS.
yeah it's somewhere around here. So it's either like top of S or like bottom SS, something like that. Because
I
there
would
there
personally put it in free win. That's just me though.
yeah, because the thing is Berserker is an insane skull on his own. Deals great damage. Is very like mobile. I want to say because you're not stuck in place like with Yaksha, for example, or I don't know, like armor, Ghoul.
Yeah,
You know, he doesn't have
he
those
still
kind
has
of
the tackle
shortcomings.
dash. He still has tackle dash, but he
Yeah, I
can.
mean, he still has tackle dash, but it's not the way he moves. Like he has abilities that move him forward, so he doesn't just
Mhm.
feel that slow. He can like clear the groups. He can deal great damage to bosses. He can like actually one shot with some builds.
Yeah,
And
his basic attack is excellent too.
and he has very good support with while he's in unique because of the attack speed buff.
I I
So
if we're talking unique, I would put him lower, but legendary,
no,
he's
no,
free win for
no,
me.
no. But the thing about that is he's in legendary. He's great, but you can also keep him in unique for the support.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
It's
true.
just like it's just a bonus support adding onto it. You know, even if you don't want
Yeah.
this guy as the main skull, he still has use. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I do believe that he's in SS tier right now. He's very good. He's very good.
Oh, that's yep. I agree.
Champion. I know you won't agree on with me on this one, but yeah, I'll say champion is easy, A tier.
Damn. Wait, explain, please.
Okay, so he has the best slowdown ability in the game.
You mean his passive?
I'll like mention a couple arguments, and you tell me where you disagree, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so the best slowdown ability in the game.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, because it lasts the longest. You know, it just slows down everything, like the entire screen. Doesn't matter how wide the screen is. Unlike skills like Arclich, for example.
Hmm.
He has a very good basic attack.
Mm-mm. No, no, no.
Yeah, but you have to consider that his basic attack works well with since it's fast. It works well with gunpowder. It works well with swift bone. It works well with invisible knife. Like just the fact that it's fast is really good. Would you disagree with that one?
Um. Uh. Well, I do agree that that makes it like usable, but like that's like every speed skull basically. Like I don't think his basic feels more unique. Like it's like uniquely better than any other speed skull.
Okay, that is fair for the most part. I would say it's definitely better than Ninja's basic attack or Riders in this case, or Samurais.
Yes, sure.
So
Samurai's yeah, but Samurai has a fast basic attack. It just doesn't do a lot of damage.
yeah, so he's I want to say like he's average speed skull, but like on the upper half of average. Uh,
Lower for me, but I can accept that.
his combo ability hits a lot of times, and we all know what that means with item synergy. And he
Hmm.
deals good damage on its own.
My biggest issue with Champion is that when they changed his mechanics, they didn't change his passive. They didn't change like the way his meter works when you do the slowdown thing. So like used to whenever you would slow down with champion, you could just spam attacks like crazy. And that was like the good thing about champion is like during his slowdown, like all of his low cost energy abilities, you could just spam them over and over and over and over. And it really added up. And here, whenever you do the slowdown ability, like with his best combo, which is the one I think you're talking about,
Yes, combo.
it yeah, it costs I think half of his energy.
Now it
So
costs half, so you can use it twice, which is a
and then
lot,
you
by the
can
way.
build it back up. But I just don't think it's as good as it used to be. He feels very clunky. I think when they changed him, they should have changed, like they should have further adjusted the way he works to where maybe his
Okay,
passive.
so the only thing I will give you on this one is when they changed him, they didn't need to nerf the amount of energy he gets from just basic attacking because they nerfed it for some reason. It's like you already take out the parry, which was the way to build the energy, there's no need to take out the basic attack too, right? That was a
Yeah.
bit of like an extra from their side. Like he wasn't going to be busted
They
regardless.
always do that.
Yeah.
If they had the
So
audacity to nerf Harpy, like I don't know what they're doing.
yeah, that was the funniest nerf ever.
It's insane.
But yeah, so I do still think that the champion is very good because 2 uses of combo can be very powerful.
Well, I did like follow your advice and I did a champion run on my channel where I built towards damage percent. Though I did forget to use his passive, which I
Yes,
mean,
which you did. I did
yeah,
point that out
yeah,
first.
yeah,
Like frame one, I saw that video. I was like, "Where's the passive?"
yeah, exactly. It just slipped my mind, but like the thing is, I just don't value it very much. Though that could also be an issue with how I view champion. Just because, like I said, I miss old champion so much. I really, honestly do. I think he was better off before they changed him. And
He had
like,
more ways to play, I guess.
mhm. You did a video that always stuck out to me where you built him magic, and that was really cool. And you can't do
Yeah,
that
yes,
anymore.
yes. The magic parry champion.
Yeah, that shit was sick.
The most brain dead way to win the game. That's what I
Yeah.
like to call that run. Like
It's
you just
so
pet parry.
sad that that's not possible. Just imagine that
Yeah,
in
it's just
1.5,
then,
dog.
and I guess the current parry is so bad. Like just remove the parry entirely if you're
Dash
gonna
parry.
like just don't do that. Like the current
Yeah.
parry is dash is already invincible. Why are you adding invincibility on top of it? It makes no sense.
Exactly. And then
It's
you
like
you go flying forwards in the
yeah,
gym fight. You
it is
fucking
just
face tank a beam. Like it's so stupid.
it actually gets in the way more than it helps. So just yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I do still think that he's an amazing
Actually, hang
scout.
on. Here's a question I have for you, and I don't
Okay,
mean to draw this out any further. Do
okay.
you think that the dash parry works with items like mithril armor? Because I keep learning more and more the more I do videos that mithril armor is so badly designed that like it doesn't work with half of the dash damage effects.
No, because the thing about the mithril armor, if I recall correctly, is it requires like dash damage. Whereas what champion does is not a dash attack. He just during the dash he just does a parry. It's just a
That
separate move
shit's so
entirely.
that's so stupid, bro. I can't stand it. Every
It's
time I
like
see it's such bad game design.
it's the most neat it's the most nitpicky thing ever. Like the dash items.
Exactly.
It's like even if you even if you have like I remember when I don't remember which item it was. I do believe it's mithril armor though that specifically requires a dash, right? Or was it
Hmm.
the hero's holy sword, something like that? And it's the fact that people were mad because Pike's basic attack does not trigger it, even though it is a dash attack. But the thing is, hero's holy sword needs a dash and not a dash attack, and it's like this, like it's actually just nitpicky as fuck. It's just
Hmm.
the dash items are very annoying in
I can't stand them.
to
They're so
explain.
badly designed.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry for the tangent.
moving on. Clown. I want to say S tier to be honest. Like
Oh yeah.
he,
He's just
he
good.
he's good. He deals good damage, and he had great synergy with items before, and now he just got even more items that he has good
Yeah.
synergy with. You know,
It's
like
just
you.
like the
Yeah.
archetypical quintessential speed skull. That's how I view clown.
Yeah, but he's probably one of the best speed skulls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's just he has very good synergy on top of being good on his own. So yeah, great.
Yep.
Gambler, I want to say amazing. You know, very good swap in, very good skills. When
And
he
he high
pops
rolls
off,
a lot. Like the RNG is in his favor. Like it's not like true RNG. Like he high rolls his
I mean,
like
speak for
attacks
yourself, man.
very
Like
often.
I was, like I did a run with Gambler, and that shit was long, bro. But I kept like
That's crazy.
yeah, it was. I did not draw the good draws on my draw in that fight.
That's
I can say that
he
much.
high rolls for me all the time, but it's still RNG at the end of the
And
day.
I
You
don't
can
know
get
what god
fucked over.
you worship at, but I gotta switch. You know.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
anyway, yeah. So Gambler is a solid skull, good item synergy, decent damage, can pop off
I
really hard, but also can be a bit rough. So he's
Are
a
you
bit
ordering
here.
these?
What?
Are you
No,
ordering
no,
these
no.
from? Okay,
So
okay,
if I,
good.
the only order is probably if I say so like, oh, clown is top of S tier, for example. I'm not saying clown is top of S tier, right?
Yeah, I
Like
know.
just an example. So, anyway,
Gotcha.
Gargoyle, amazing, I want to say. You know,
Yeah, Gargoyle's awesome. I love Gargoyle.
maybe top of B just because he's a bit annoying to use almost sometimes, you know? They're trying to stay
Very
above.
basic attack driven. I think his ability spam is good, but it's not as good as his basic
Yeah,
attacks.
the
Like
the, ba- the
he's
basic
very.
attack, the enhanced basic attack is what Frost should have been. But rip my boy, rip Bozo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Gargoyle, again, solid skull, triple dash in the air is a mad clutch. Like, it is actually so good. It helps you get around so
It
many
does,
things.
but he does have like the caveat where he can't dash anymore after he uses his third dash, so you fall to the ground, and that can get you into trouble sometimes.
Yes, but at the same time, it's like I feel like that just makes it so that you're a bit more careful with your air dashes. But just the fact
Yeah.
that you can dash in any direction is mad.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
I completely agree with you.
yeah,
He belongs there.
and he's a balanced skull. He deals decent damage now. You know, he has some. He can stay out of danger really well. He has a decent slowdown ability. Works with mana bone. You know, maybe he's good.
And he has this is a bit of a more niche thing you do with him, but Jenny's chain sickle gargoyle runs are very fun. If you want to have a good time, try it. It's fun.
Oh yeah, I actually know that one. I did give it a shot one time off camera. It was
Oh
fun. It
yeah.
was fun. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Genie, my man, my man
I
hasn't seen
agree.
a good day since the launch of the game.
He's
But
just he's never changed. He's just like he's been the same the
yeah,
whole
it's
time.
like
And
he's the formula for the perfect skull, but he does nothing good. It's like there's
his
nothing he
basic
does.
attacks are okay. The basic attacks at legendary are good. Like the apparitions that appear,
Yeah, but
they're
don't
okay.
they don't do enough to carry. You know, like
Yeah, I agree.
the skills are garbage. He has
Well,
the worst.
the skills are dashes basically. That's how I view Genie.
Yeah, but like it's just a weird thing because their dashes on cooldown.
Yeah, exactly.
He just
Yeah.
feels weird. He just feels
He
wrong.
he's clunky, man, and that's like the word to describe him.
Yeah, he's very
He's
clunky.
clunky.
He also lacks damage, I want to say, and he's got the worst dash in the game. Free.
I still like him. I did a dash Genie run yesterday
He's fun,
with
you know. Like liking is a different thing, but he's
yeah.
not effective. You know,
I
he's
agree.
just
Yeah.
there's
He's a
nothing he
he's
does
a
that
bro.
any other skull cannot do.
Also, I hate that he's called Gene. It makes me so mad every time I
Yeah,
see it.
Gene
Why
E,
is he
Gene E.
it's so dumb,
Yeah.
dude.
Ghoul. I want to say Ghoul is like A tier, just like barely scraping the S tier. Like Ghoul is so good.
Ooh.
He,
I love
yeah.
Ghoul, but I would say he belongs in like if I were to rank him in the middle of A, I would say. But I
Uh,
do love him.
yeah, fair. Maybe because he's still big, but he
Yeah,
deals
he's
great
big.
damage. His room
Yeah.
clearing is almost unparalleled.
Yeah, he's great.
He is one of the only skulls that can heal himself, which is great.
Yeah,
He,
I want to do a relic for Ghoul run soon. That's gonna be awesome.
yeah, I do believe he can actually get to 100% health regeneration
Oh, that's
with
so
the good
sick.
items. I do believe I did the math once. But yeah, he surprisingly works well with gunpowder. I don't know how, but he surprisingly does. But yeah, so he's
Wow,
just
that's
a,
shocking.
and he's so big. He's one of the few power skulls that doesn't have a bad matchup against the mage Act 4, just because his basic attack actually reaches her. Even if she's flying high, you can
That's
just
so silly.
yeah, you can just basic attack and it will reach her. It is mad. This guy is crazy, bro.
Dude, isn't it fucked that we have to like rank a skull around how it deals with the mage? Like that's so fucked up. The mage is so busted.
Okay, so it's not that we're ranking it based on that, but the thing about
It's
that
a
is,
bonus.
yeah, because every power skull has trouble against the mage.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like there's two types of skulls. The skulls that absolutely obliterate the mage, you know, the skulls that want to see the mage, like Werewolf. If Werewolf sees the mage, it's over, you know.
Yeah.
Like, Werewolf will just obliterate her.
Mummy too. On
Yeah,
the right run, Mummy.
Mommy too. But like then there's like
Even King can't fuck with the mage. It's so fucked up. One of the
I
best
mean
skulls is
I mean, depends on the items, right? Like if you have blood and broadsword, like you'll just melt her regardless. Like it depends
that's
on that.
fair.
It's a bit RNG, I guess. But like,
It's more that
how
like
are you
in air
supposed to fight the
attack.
mage with grave, for example? You know,
Fucking
it's
pray, bro.
yeah, it's. I remember when I first did my grave run ever, like when he came into the game. It was rough, dude. It
Yeah,
was
man.
rough.
You know, she was gone for so long, and I did miss her while she was gone. But now that she's back, I fucking hate her, and I wish she was gone
Yeah.
again.
But yeah, now we go into Mummy.
Big
Easy
fan of
S
Mummy
tier.
here.
Easy S tier.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Easy fucking
I
S tier.
love Mummy. It is glitched right now though, so beware of that if you're unaware.
What glitch?
It's so fucking weird. I don't know exactly how it works, but I think it's an item interaction it has with something. But if you have a certain run, like a certain item build with Mummy, when it gets to legendary, when the ammo crates are falling out of the sky, it picks them up automatically, and it really fucks with your run.
Oh, that is nasty actually.
It is really nasty.
But yeah, so glitches aside, Flamethrower, one of the craziest items, like item synergies in the game. Hits so many times, deals a lot of damage, like works with Swift Bone for some fucking reason, works with Mana Gauntlet.
It works with so
It
much.
just works with so much, it works so well with so much,
And what's that one item? It's like a big like ray gun that sends out a giant blue blast out in front of him.
Oh, the weapon you mean? It's the railgun.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
railgun
that.
is like without items, railgun is the best weapon he has. If
Yep.
you have then the item synergy, then becomes the flamethrower. But the railgun is insane. It is a one button press, full room clear, through walls, through big bodies. It just actually like you just press the button and win the game. That's how
Hmm.
busted it. And then
And
if you're
even
against
like,
bosses, it still deals great damage. Like it
and
is actually it is the
some of
complete
his
package.
rare weapons are great too. Like that one rocket launcher that sends the heat seeking rockets out, or like they kind of
Yes,
like
yes,
spin through the air.
yes. That is good. Those are all good. But like flamethrower
Yeah.
and railgun is where like the balance tips, right?
Yep.
That's where
Yep.
like mommy just becomes broken.
I'm
It is
just
just
saying, like, even
yeah.
not
Even if you
prefer.
don't have those, he's still great.
Yeah, he's great. Though,
And
what about
even if you
Magic
don't want to
Mummy
do
though?
items, you can play this guy for magic, and he's still good. It is just
I think Magic Mummy is significantly worse now than Weapon Mummy, which people used to think otherwise. I
yeah.
think,
Okay. So the thing is, people used to think otherwise before we were into the gunpowder meta, and we found out that gunpowder can be used with everything, and it's busted as fuck. But
yeah,
all like forever, physical mummy has always been better. But the thing is, magic mummy is still good.
yeah. It just has so
It
many
Yeah, it
viable
is.
build
Mummy
paths.
is easily top 10 skulls in the game right now. It is
I
way
put it
too
in the
fucking.
top. I put it in the top of my tier list, and I think this is a good spot for her on this one too. It's just a great skull.
Top of what?
I put it at the top of my tier list video.
Oh yeah, it's just the only reason I don't want to put him up is just because there's dumber skulls, not because he lacks anything, but
Exactly.
yeah,
There's
Hunter.
brainless skulls.
Yeah, about that.
Well, this is a good, like where we're gonna disagree a little bit, I think.
Okay,
Though I
so
do see where people are coming from when
okay,
they don't
so
like
do
Hunter.
okay, so convince me that Hunter is higher, right?
Well, see, here's the thing, because you and I have different criteria for what makes a skull a good skull and a bad skull, at least slightly different. I think a skull, as long as it fills a niche and fills it well, that it is a decent and usable skull. And Hunter, in my opinion, fills an excellent niche with being able to use crit based items pretty much. Like, obviously, Mummy does it better, but like, there's not a lot of skulls that can do it quite as well as Hunter. Uh, cause
Okay,
just because it
but
has really not. Oh,
yeah, okay, so the item synergy is undeniable. Like once you give this guy gunpowder or invisible knife, he's like up here. It's
mhm,
it's kind of crazy because he also has like inbuilt crit, with a
yeah.
with the distance. But like, what if I don't run into those? Right? Like
I
I don't.
think, well, I have a video on my channel of me doing a Hunter run with just like damage percent and concentration items.
Yeah, like
And
I
is it,
did I did see this. I did see that, but it just
well, the thing
the,
is, right? Is it excellent? No. Is it usable and viable? Yes. That's why I think Hunter is like good. It's not like you can still play the game just fine with like not busted Hunter, but decent Hunter.
yeah, but
And
it's
it's still,
still when you compare it to most of the other schools, it is still a struggle almost, right?
well,
Because the thing is,
I think
well,
oops.
you can say that Alchemist is also very viable and usable, even
Well,
without busted build.
that's the difference between yours and my tier list is like Like I had different rankings and stuff. I'm going by your criteria, and in your criteria, I think this is an acceptable placement for Hunter.
So like it's like Hunter has one of the best item synergies in the game, but it's like if he doesn't have those, it just feels way too annoying to play him. Like you have to
Well, I also
like
want
try
to
to make distance, and then you have the concentration that you might get hit out
Magic Pocket
of.
Watch.
What?
Magic Pocket Watch makes concentration easy. That's like the only thing I'll say about that is like concentration's super valuable now in Skull, just thanks to that one item existing.
Mm, I'm not sure if I agree with that because the issue with concentration for me is that other skulls do the same without concentrating at all.
I agree with you.
And it's
Like
like
it's a weird mechanic.
if I'm concentrating, I expect to do something better. If I'm
Yeah,
concentrating my ability, the ability should be better in general.
like Warlock, for instance.
Yes, for example, like if I concentrate Warlock, it doesn't deal the crazy boss damage, but you can clearly see that it's something that not a lot of skulls can do. Like when the meteor just
Mhm.
drops and nukes the entire board, that is not something a lot of skulls can do. And that is a great example of good concentration. Whereas like with Hunter, is like, I'm concentrating for what? To be
Well,
sub.
multi-shot and piercing shot are excellent. That's and then you have the
Yes,
others which
yes,
are
they,
like
they, they, they
okay.
are good. They are good. But
But I do see what you're saying. I
they
think
still
this is a
don't
fair
see the
placement.
band. It's
Though
just
personally, I would put it in B on this tier list.
okay. So like, I could maybe put like bottom of B just because of he has like the crazy item synergy.
Hmm.
Maybe just because of that, like I'll give you that much. Just because Genie and Alchemist lack that kind of potential. Like these
Yeah, they
guys
don't
literally,
have anything.
yeah,
And
these
like we're
guys have
about to talk
zero
about
potential.
fucking Ninja, who I assume is well, actually I shouldn't assume anything.
What
Oh,
do you?
really?
Yeah. So the thing is, he actually like I did a ninja run. It was uploaded like yesterday or today, I think, and it actually works well because Ninja has always been a good skull to use items, and now he has more items to use, right? So he's still in that like Hunter kind of case, where it's like, well, if you give him Gunpowder, he's good. If you give him Invisible Knife, he's good. If you give him Swift Bone, he's good. If you give him Mana Gauntlet, he's good, right? So like,
Yeah,
I feel like
there's
there's just many items right now, more than before, that kind of help him out. Like he has the
yeah.
potential now,
My criteria
unlike
for
these two.
what us judged Ninja on was like what does he do that other skulls can't? And I can't think of anything. Like the most I could think of was like skill spam and like using wheel and stuff like that to like do decent damage. But like, I'm not a big fan of Ninja. I think he's okay with poison though,
Okay, but
and
the thing
also the
is,
things you just said.
I can name you two things that he can that Alchemist and Genie cannot do.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is
So
fair.
so in that sense, like, well, okay, he's not really like a great skull, right? But these guys don't have that kind of potential that he does. So in that
Yeah,
sense, like I feel like he's if we're judging Hunter this high, Ninja has to be this high too, honestly.
that's fair.
Predator, easy SS tier. I don't think
Yeah,
there's anything
yeah.
to
No
debate that.
disagreement.
No disagreement here. Like it's just
The
no
the
cooldown
really
issues, great damage, great swapping ability with the buff, very good synergy with other skulls like Berserker and Werewolf. Just a great skull all around. Good
But who
role
do you
player
think's
and
better,
good build.
Berserker or Predator? That's like the great question.
I do think Predator by tiny bits.
I would say the opposite, but like, it's like such a minor disagreement. They're both excellent.
Yeah, it's like, but the thing about Berserker is that once
Type of
we're
mastery.
once we're up here, is like Predator can use everything Berserker can, but Berserker cannot benefit from Hunt Werewolf, and I think Hunt Predator is one of the best duos in the game.
Wait, why can't he benefit from Hunt?
Because if you have Berserker and use Hunt, you swap into Berserker, you try to go into Demon, the Hunt
Oh yeah,
effect,
the
yeah.
animation.
So the animation takes long enough for Hunt effect to, you know.
Well, Berserker's swap is one of the better swaps in the entire game. That's like obviously that's not like I get what you're saying, but like you can still do something with Berserker, but
Yeah, yeah,
obviously much
I get it,
superior.
but I feel like it's just that that small thing, just because maybe just a bit of personal bias here, but just because I consider Predator and Hunt to be one of the best duos in the entire game, I feel like that's the only thing that just makes me believe that Predator is a bit better. And also he
Yeah,
has less
that's
cooldown issues than Berserker, just because with Berserker, like once the Bone Scream is out, your abilities are not as great as they.
the basic though. That fucking basic slaps. It's one of the best basics in the whole game.
Yeah, but with Predator, you never even have to use the basic attack, right? So
Eh,
you know, it's like I feel like they're just so close though. They're very close.
they are. They're excellent, both of them.
Prisoner, obviously SS tier,
Yeah,
great fucking
everyone loves this
skull.
skull.
Honestly, like there's just so many people that even consider these the best in the game. I don't think that Prisoner is better than these two though,
Oh yeah, definitely.
but not by much. Just because the only issue with Prisoner is he has no support value and he takes no support value. Like
Well,
if
you
you
technically
accident
can. Oh, no, yeah, I get what you're saying. Because if you
because
swap out, you lose your
yeah,
cells.
you lose your scrolls, so it's just not a great idea to swap out of it.
Yep,
Because you don't just lose the damage, you lose cooldowns, you lose health. I mean, damage reduction is just you lose a lot. So
he's very
yeah,
solo
he's very
oriented.
solo. Like if you accidentally fat finger the swap button, you kind of fucked. But but yeah, Ryder, easy S tier, easy.
I think
Uh,
he's SS just because of his legendary bike skill. It's so
yeah, but I feel
insane.
like the only reason I don't want to put him in SS is just because if Ryder doesn't have his bike, the bike is a very long cooldown. If Ryder doesn't have
That's
his
true.
bike, he
Have you tried
doesn't.
it with Manocycle though?
Yeah, but I feel like why would you take damage off that? Like, why would you take damage off
Eh,
the Ryder?
yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's a viable build path though if you want more bike
Yeah,
and
but
an
the thing is,
option.
I feel like it's a viable build path because Ryder is so good. But you can just make Ryder better with just damage. But I feel like this is the only issue. The only thing that's keeping Ryder from SS is Predator and Prisoner being the same tier. Like these two can do what Ryder does, but with zero cooldown issues, whereas Ryder doesn't.
Fair.
Like Ryder once the bike is out, you have to play a normal skull. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
no more
true.
broken.
Ryder without his bike is just kind of like he's okay. He's just
Yeah,
like
he's still good, but it's like oh he's a skull, like not many
he
flaws,
exists.
but like yeah, he's still there. Rockstar. I know you will probably disagree on this one, but I want to say
Oh, I
Rockstar is
don't disagree at all.
with his S
I
tier.
love Rockstar. He's great.
Okay, that's good. I thought we would disagree on this one, but okay, that's good. So
Different criteria though. Like
yeah,
I said, I value Hunter for the niche he fills. I don't think Rockstar fills a niche.
yeah, but I feel like just because it doesn't fill a role doesn't mean there's anything. There's doesn't mean there's a time where Hunter is better than a Rockstar.
Well, I would disagree, but I think they're both very good skulls. I think they're close.
Hunter and Rockstar. Okay, so like
Yeah.
when when would you pick Hunter over Rockstar in terms of effectiveness?
Well, it can utilize those crit based items way better than Rockstar can.
Yeah, but Rockstar doesn't even need those. Like he can achieve a
Eh,
similar result without those.
I
You
actually
can.
disagree. I think his like band like passive where like he pops off with the band that appears. I think that's really fallen off in damage as like the game has evolved more. It's just not as impressive as it used to be.
Yeah, but the thing about
And
the thing about the band is the band makes the amps deal more damage, and when the amps deal more damage, that's when the
oh, and
crazy. That's when the
the
crazy damage
amps
comes
also
in.
have a pretty high cooldown, all things considered, for
Yeah, but
like a stacking
he's in
ability.
like a similar spot to Samurai, where it's like Samurai is a boss killer, and there's not too much reason to use him in rooms, but just because he's that good of a boss killer, he's still up there. Like Rockstar is one of the better boss killers, but I do believe that we can also put him like
Oh,
top of A,
and
easily top of A though.
that's a Hunter is like one of the best room skulls in the game, especially with his swap. He's very good. Like and
Uh,
like just
okay, the swap is good, but that's the thing. Is that like when you consider that he's a good room clear, you have to consider that you're gonna be trying to stay safe from attacks from all angles, and with concentration, that is not ideal. You know, like there's a
yeah.
lot of skulls that can clear the room without that risk, right? And Rockstar is one of those. Like if you just want to slap the band, and the room is over.
I don't even know if that's true though. because like I said, the band's fallen off in terms of like usefulness. It's not as impressive as it used to be. Like it has like an initial big pop off damage, but if you don't have amps out, which those only fill like a narrow portion of the arena
Yeah,
you're
but the thing
in.
is, you only need the amps for the big bodies. You know, the mobs will just be gone from the band itself. You have to consider that like
Man,
the room will not be filled with Act 4 big guys. You know?
depends on where you are. Like some rooms are fucking nasty, but fair.
Yeah, but most of the mobs that are scattered around are just the small guys that will die to the band itself. So I feel like when
True.
you consider how the rooms are built, it just becomes more fair to consider that you can just slap the band and win. I think the band is one of those like bike kind of situations, but with a way longer cooldown.
Yeah, I don't think the band's that great, but I do like Rockstar a lot. He's just a speed skull that does speed skull things, and I like that.
Yes, yes. Samurai again, similar spot, definitely better than Arclich though. He's
Mm-hmm.
the boss killer, and I feel like he got a buff in the 1.4. Like a lot of people.
People have like knee jerk reactions where like, oh god, a nerf. It's like not really.
Yeah, but like
It was
thing is it really a nerf if? Well, yeah, I won't kill in one hit, but I can kill way more consistently in two hits, and I don't even
yeah,
need to care about the full moon slash. You know, I
yeah.
can just
Here's
I can
my
just go into a boss raw and kill.
yeah. I did not like old full moon slash at all. I did not like it. I thought it was just like too hard to use, even
Yeah,
though it
but
did more damage.
it
It
was
was
like
just
that
like
kind of it had that kind of ace attack kind of feel to it, right?
mm-hmm.
It's just a great thing to pop when you need it. And usually that was for bosses, you know, like you can just skip the John fight, you know, you can just skip all those like annoying she teleports and then she just jumps the balls and then you have the fucking lasers flying around, you know, all that kind of shit. You can just skip that thing entirely with Samurai,
Yeah,
which is just such a cool thing to have to score.
yeah. I like
It's just a
Samurai.
it's just a very uh, it's just very good quality to
He's
just
good.
skip bosses
That's like
like
the
that
thing about him.
because bosses are the only thing that can melt you in this game. You know, like if you're in those Joan lasers, who
Oh
you're about
yeah.
to yeah, you can take like up to 70 health damage.
Yeah, I'm actually on Team Jones, the hardest boss in the game now. Like people have been talking about it, and at
Uh,
first I was like, well, the first hero still can fuck you up, but Jones fucking insane.
Joan is a harder matchup for a lot more skulls.
It's just her
So
randomness. Like the
yeah, so
first
this thing,
hero is
so
like
the
on.
thing is like if you have for example Gravedigger and she teleports to like the top of the screen, like what do?
You're fucked.
Yeah,
You're
you
fucked.
have to wait for her to come back, and it's like just because of the matchup, I can understand why she's the hardest boss. Just because of the
Yeah,
teleport and thing, like with some skulls, all you can do is just wait, which is not a great thing when she can just shave your life bar.
yeah.
Anyway,
Everything like everything about her is random.
yeah, Little Bone Skull himself kind of work. Like without items, this guy just is not great, you know. But then
Obviously, yeah. I don't think he's C though. I think he's work well just because like he got more tools in
more tools to work
1.5.
with. Yeah, I guess he's in that like hunter and ninja kind of thing. Yeah, I guess I can see that. But then again, even when you give him those tools, he's not ninja or hunter kind of thing. Like there's
I
nothing
agree.
you can give Skull to make him gunpowder hunter kind of good, right? It's
Yeah,
just
I
that's
agree.
why it's maybe
Though
bottom B, top of C, something like that. You know,
there are like basic attack skull runs that are like kind of okay,
yeah,
but
but
like
yeah, but that I've done one of those, but it was like orc and double Kyrian, and it's like is
it's
that
like
even
you don't
something
need little
you
bone for that.
yeah
You could be anything and win with that.
it's like is that something you consider?
Yeah,
But yeah, I can say I want to say like top of C right now because he lacks this much of potential even with the items, but he does have more item synergy than these two.
yeah.
Petty Thief, easy B tier, I want to say.
Oh,
Uh,
really? I would be much higher than that. I think he's on the same level as like clown in terms of just like
okay, no, no,
archetypical
no, no, no,
speed
no, no,
spell.
because he doesn't have those crazy gunpowder and invisible knife synergies.
Uh,
Not to the
okay, that's
level of
actually fair.
clown.
Yeah,
But
that's
not to the
fair.
level of
I would put him
clown.
in A then. I would put him in A then, personally.
Yeah, but
Like
I feel like
I just think he's the
he
archetypical speed skull. Like
yeah.
he's just like fast and he has good basics and he has good abilities and he just and
Okay,
also his
so
dash is really good too.
his dash is really good. Yeah, but the thing is like you have to consider that He's a magic skull with all physical, with the basic physical.
I don't think that really matters. Like, because Gravedigger is too, and it's just like I
Yeah,
think that's
but
more like
Gravedigger has a thing where it's like his skills do enough damage on their own. Thief skills don't do enough damage on their own.
you can also like build towards petty thieves, physical basics, and do a physical
Yeah, but
thief run too.
then you have all useless skills. You know, I feel like to
Uh,
be able to do that, you need to be mummy kind of thing, where it's like you can just build for basic rank and it's great. You know.
oh, I stand by thief being at least A, just because it's good. But if
Okay,
you
so
want to put it in,
I'll keep him at like maybe like around bottom 8 just because he also has the money. So early on he's really good because he gives you a lot of fucking money. But
mhm.
I don't feel like he has too much potential in like boss melting or like he doesn't have like any crazy room clearing, you know.
I'll have to do. It's been a while since I've done a thief video. I might do a damage focused thief run just to like really test the waters with him. It's
Yeah,
something
sure,
I
but
do
like
need to try.
even when you consider like room clearing, he's not that crazy
That's
on
true.
those. So
That's true.
I'm gonna keep it in like bottom 8 just because he also has the money synergy on top of being solid.
That's fair.
So yeah. Living armor, I want to say B. Honestly, it's he can do some work, but honestly, I just hate the changes, man. They didn't need to do it. Like the hundred freaking living armor was so good before
Wait, what they
because
change?
well, basically the swap in does not give a full bar anymore, which is annoying.
Oh,
Because before,
wow.
what you could do that really made this guy great is you can just have this guy to like full meter, right? You use
Hmm.
his second level. I'm sorry, you swap into him. Use his second, like his big buff skills, like the second level of upgrade. Then use the levels 0, and then as you're doing these two, the bar is like charging for the level 1. So you can actually use all 3 levels of the skill in almost like the same burst.
Whoa, what the f Hang
You,
on. I never knew this. That's
you
insane.
didn't know that? Okay, so after we're done with this whole tier list, I actually show you a couple of videos where I do
Yeah.
that, and it's just it was what I feel like made living armor just that it gave him that like oomph, you know. He
Yeah.
also,
That's crazy.
but I guess I could put him in B now just because you know
He's still
he
good.
had good synergy with gunpowder, and now invisible knife is that but better because you can just build normally. You know, I guess just because of the new items, I can't put him here. Like he's not like he works even without great items, which I
Yeah.
don't think Hunter Ninja
Although I do
like
think
share.
he's kind of limited to having that one ability where it lays the fire everywhere. I think that's
Yeah,
like
yeah, but
by
okay.
far
So
his
there's
best one.
something I feel like it's one of my rules where it's like I am willing to give a skull at least one specific skill. So like if we're talking about Predator, I'm willing to judge him when he has hack, you know, just because there's
Yeah.
2 rerollable skills and like, you know, the chances are fairly high, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. I
So
mean, I do think living armor is still good.
yeah,
So,
okay, I'll keep him at amazing.
yeah,
He's still
that's
a bit
fair.
slow and like he didn't. I just maybe I'm just a bit biased. That's why I put him at B
Oh,
because
dude,
I just
I'm
liked him
I'm
so much
exactly the
before.
same. In my video, and it had nothing to do with previous. I just don't like tackle dashers, man. I fucking hate tackle dashers, and
Yeah, it's
they're so slow. It holds some skulls back, and some skulls can get past it. Armor, I think I don't know, man. I don't know why I don't like armor as
he's
much
a
as I
bit
do.
middle of the road right now. It's
Yeah,
it just doesn't feel as fun as before, to be honest. Bomber, I'd say he's the either B or A, something like that.
it's so high rolly. I think
I want to say
bomber when
B. I want to say B just because.
it literally needs kaboom. It cannot function without it.
Yeah, but even when you give him Kaboom, it needs to be at like legendary almost for
Yes,
like the
exactly. The
to be
cooldown's so
abusable.
long.
Yeah, so to be abusable, it needs to be at legendary. And
Yeah, I
like
agree.
getting these guys to legendary is 130 bones, probably. That ain't cheap.
Yeah.
So Bomber is like, and there's not that many skulls that benefit
But Kaboom
that
is
much
so
from
good.
swapping. Like most skulls that benefit from swapping could just do without Kaboom Bomber just fine,
Oh,
you know?
I'm a big fan of Kaboom Bomber.
Yeah, but
I
like
think it's
it's great, but I don't feel like it's a necessity for a lot of skulls that need swapping.
that's fair. I just think it's a really fun way to do giga damage against things.
Definitely, it is
It's
a
a fun
fun, but
skill.
it's just I just can't put him higher than B right now. There's not enough
I agree.
swap
I agree.
synergy with normal Kaboom.
And his swap blows. His swap just sucks.
Yeah, the swaps are like his other skills are just so bad. It's unbelievable. And is easy A tier. Great damage, potential for
hmm
infinite damage, invincible attacks, hits on both sides, has good room clearing. He's just a full package. Honestly, he's like right around here, probably
Yep.
around like gold level of tier.
That's one of the rags to riches stories
Yeah,
from
Rex actually
1.4.
Rex the richest. He's uh I want to say he and Aqua, he and Water
Oh yeah.
got
Aqua,
got about the
Ghoul too.
same buff. I want to say they got about the same buff.
Oh damn. Well, then we're gonna disagree. I think water is like top, but we'll get there.
Okay, okay. Frost, honestly, C tier, bro. I just can't.
Ugh.
I
Dude,
can't.
why? Okay, why do people think it's so good? Because like everyone's always like, bro, it's like the top tier skull. It's like so like people will always put it in like the tip top.
Honestly, I might get hate for this, but I feel it's just people hive minding off of Bill's liking the skull.
That could be it. I mean, it is he's the most popular YouTuber and like he rated it highly, so I think people
I'd say
just kind of took.
it's not like I will disagree with Bills for liking the skulls and enjoying and thinking that's good, but I feel like it's just people are hive minding too much where it's like, oh, Frost deals good damage. I was hearing this so much before the patch, like before 1.4. It's like, no, he doesn't. I've
Well,
never
the thing
seen I've never
he's
seen a Frost video.
slow. He's fucking slow.
Okay, so thing
Uh,
about Frost before is where I would keep him like here, I believe,
Freeze got worse.
before 1.5. Because he was the definition of, you swap into these guys, use the skill, swap out. He was very he was very splashable into teams, right?
hmm
He was very like fast at what he did. You could just use his skills very quickly, be safe, swap out. He had that good kind of synergy. But now his skills are slow. Now Absolute Zero is garbage. His
Yeah.
passive, like the one where he just cracks the freaking ice, that is so bad, bro. Oh my god, that is so bad. That is unbelievably bad. Like
It makes
you can just
it's
attack
only
twice.
good. It's only good with Glacier Breaker,
Uh, what's Glacier Breaker? Oh,
the legendary.
the legendary Frost. Yeah, the thing is
And
like
if your passive relies on having that to be good,
yeah, but
what is their thought
even
what's their
that
thought process behind
you can just do basic attacks and do more damage. It's like
yeah.
in the meantime while you were charging up that huge ass attack that is slow as fuck and is gonna get you hit, because it's so
Yeah.
slow. You can just be doing basic attacks and achieve better results. It is
Yeah.
just he's not good. Like the one thing he did well, it's gone. He's definitely weak, honestly. Grave,
It relies too much on freeze and freeze kind of sucks, so
yes, that's freeze is easily the worst uh thing right now.
status,
The
yeah.
worst status. Grave, I want to say A tier
I think
because
he's just like I get why people are iffy on Grave. People don't play the same way I do, where I build two
not
skulls
ordered
all
by
the
the way.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I build two skulls every single round I play. Like literally, even off screen, I build two skulls every time, which means like every time I'm swapping out of my grave, I have a skull with it that functions and like makes like I'm not swapping out and becoming worse. I'm swapping out and becoming stronger. So I value grave very highly. I think grave is like tip top of the game, but I understand why people don't like grave.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So it's like when you consider that a skull is good, you have to consider that the skull itself is good. So if you were to just judge Grave based on what he can do to the game, it's like if you don't have a secondary skull that you can swap out and deal with those like annoying enemies, deal with a lot of the game, he feels like a chore to use. He actually feels like homework, you know?
Uh Yeah, I mean,
It's
the
like
thing about Grave is in all the Summoner Skulls is you can basically play two skulls at once whenever you swap out with one, because like literally Grave exists to put minions on the board, and then you swap out to another skull, and you're doing damage with your Grave while simultaneously doing damage with the skull you swapped out into.
yeah, but
So
okay,
it's like,
so let's say I have Aqua, right?
mhm.
Or yeah, let's say I have Aqua or Paladin. If I have Paladin, I'm much better off doing a full, just getting this guy to legendary, than trying to get the items, so that I have more chance of getting that ritual stuff, that nether mana suppressor, that invisible knife, the thief's black steel dagger, things like that, and just making this guy a lot more powerful than just giving too much time to grave just to get that extra bonus. You know?
I definitely disagree with that, but that's like a much deeper conversation that we could have sometime
Yeah,
about
so
like
I feel
how
like
powerful swapping
that's
is.
just a case of like you play the game differently. So
Well, I think swapping is just by far the most powerful thing you can do in all of the game, and
yeah,
like
so it's
if
just
you,
a different. So the reason we're disagreeing on this one is gonna have to be we play the game differently. We don't play the
mm,
same game,
yeah,
right?
that's fair. Although I would
Uh,
like to have that conversation someday. It's
yeah,
a
sure,
very good
sure.
one to have.
Monkey. I want to say around here just because it's the same as these guys in Ninja.
Damn. Really? I figured you'd put it in C. What changed your mind about Monkey?
I mean, honestly, it's like uh, Monkey apparently deals damage when he has items. Surprisingly, like I was seeing some dumb damage from Monkey, dude. Like unironically,
Really?
holy shit, dude! I saw Bill's stream with Monkey and a lot of arms, and this guy was melting, bro. Like it was kind of mad.
But was it the arms or was it the monkey?
It was both, honestly.
Hmm.
I feel like it's
Uh,
it's the same logic as Ninja and Hunter, right? Like when you give this guy the items, he's pretty good.
Fair. Uh, I'm a big monkey defender, so I'm glad it's higher where it is now. I think its swap is good. That's what I'll say about
Yeah,
monkey. It has a really
so
good swap.
yeah, so I feel like Hunter, Ninja, and Monkey are in that same category of like not great without items, like in a vacuum, but when you give them those items, they kind of really like form themselves, right? With Hunter being the
Hmm.
best of the three, just because with items he is the most broken of the three.
Sure.
Paladin, easy S tier,
Yes, bro. Yes.
great
I
support.
love Paladin.
Yeah, on is like even higher here.
The problem with Paladin is he's glitched right now, but you can't really judge a skull based off its
Yeah,
glitch. You have to
but
judge
to
it.
to me that doesn't matter just because I feel like, as I said, we give a skull one ability, and you just give Paladin Dark Rush, and
Oh,
you just clear the game.
that well for me, and this is just like the difference in how we play it. Well, like Paladin swap is just excellent because it's like it builds its or it used to build its meter without you being frozen in place like that. But like Dark Cross is obviously a good
Yeah,
like
so the
yeah
thing about Dark Cross at Legendary is it doesn't matter that you're stuck in place because you build the bar like 3 times. It is dumb.
yeah.
So even
I
if you
mean,
get hit, whatever, you're gonna take a small bit of damage because like the shield is gonna cover the rest, and you're still gonna have the shield out.
oh, here's a good question. Do you know if Paladins basics when they're charged up and like doing the big slashes, do you know if they work with items effects
They
like
do, they do. They actually proc
okay.
Gunpowder even before the patch.
Okay, yeah. Well then yeah,
So
Dark Paladin is excellent.
and Dark Paladin's basic attack is the best. Like when he's like charged up, right? When he does the waves,
Hmm.
the best basic attack in the game, free.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Or well, it contends with Mummy, but Mummy's more
Uh,
circumstantial.
the thing about Mummy is like it's not as consistent because like you
Exactly.
have to get those items. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm with
so
you. It's very
Paladin just
consistent with
very broken. Like he's you can actually like the best way to play Paladin, at least for me, is you don't care about the freaking skills. The skills are just there to boost your shield and just basic
exactly.
attack your way through. It is so powerful. It
But
is insane.
uh Paladin's a very like player skill intensive skull because if you're a newer player, you're not going to have your shield up very often. So you have to be
That is
decent at
true.
the
That is
game.
true. But there's still the fact that he's also sort of new player friendly because you have shield almost on demand. So it
But
is
yeah,
safer than the average skull. So and
that's fair.
he has a lot of great support because it is 30% magic damage amplification, so it's like a multiplication effect with the shield. So you can just use this guy, swap into whatever magic scroll you want, and just great. Honestly, one of the better
one of the
scrolls in the
worst
game.
things that the devs to this day have never addressed is like whenever you have like multiple instances of shield, it always puts the most valuable shield in the front. So like
No, I think it depends on which one is you get first.
oh really? Okay, never mind. Well, I don't know. I'll have to test it, but
Yeah,
let's not
I'm
linger on it
not
too
too
much.
sure on that one, but I do believe that's how it works.
Hopefully that's how it works. That's how it should work.
Anyway, Pike, S tier easily, honestly. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, you just give
But
this guy forward rush and like March,
well, how do you
especially
how
March.
are you with me that like Thorny Pauldrons has been devalued quite a bit? That's how I feel.
I don't think I agree.
I just think it having excessive bleeding and fortress on it just doesn't, because like you want chase. Like chase is what makes dashing good, and there's so many good chase effects now.
I have to
And
disagree with that statement.
well,
Chase is not what makes dashing good. Pike is what makes dashing good.
oh well, yeah, well that's
So like
obviously
when you
true.
have thing is, if you're doing a dash run and it's not Pike, you're playing the game wrong. You know, like, it's
Yeah. Well,
that,
actually, I did a genie dash run yesterday, and it actually was shockingly decent. So,
oh yeah, we'll have to talk about
but I
that
had
because it
Pike with it.
wasn't. But let's anyway.
Bruh. I had Pike too.
We'll have to talk about that later, right? Anyway,
Bruh.
so Pike easy S tier. The only
Yeah, I
dash scroll
agree.
in the game. His dash finally procs every item in the game, like gunpowder, invisible knife. You know, good item
Yeah.
synergy. He There's so many dash items, and all of them are broken for no reason. Like Hero's Holy Sword is a better rear blast.
Yeah, dude, they buffed that shit. I can't believe they buffed that shit.
I mean, it's just honestly, my man's eating good. What can I say?
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, easy S tier. Although he is very risky to play. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Like, if there is one argument to bring this guy to A tier, is that
you
you
can
you
literally build
you
like
don't
an
want to use
invincible
Orc
Pike.
on Pike. Like Orc is such a great thing, but you don't want to use it on Pike just because even if you're a good player, you can die with Orc
Well,
and
have you
Pike.
tried Sylphid Wings, Chase, and Orc?
Actually, I've not tried that.
It makes you literally invincible, basically. Like you get the forward march dash potential without, and you still keep your iframes, basically.
I mean, yeah, but like that's a legendary item. Do you really want to
Yeah,
base off
it's
of
very
that?
hard to do. No,
Yeah,
no, we're not
so
basing off of that at
yeah,
all.
so I think like if there's only one argument to get this guy on here is because he's risky to play, but honestly he's S tier. Like
Yeah,
I'm
he's good.
looking at the game from my point of view. It's like a skilled player will always think Pike is S tier.
Mm-hmm.
Reaper easy SS tier, broken as
Yeah,
fucking skull.
probably near the top. Like if we were ordering it, I would put
Yeah,
him
I'm
above
not
Prison.
ordering it,
Or
but like the thing is
actually,
like
yeah,
at the same time, I don't know if you can put him near the top just because uh it depends on how early you get him and if you're farming with him, you know.
yeah.
You're restricted to a certain playstyle, but he's so fucking effective, dude. Holy
The
shit.
thing is, though, and this is something I discovered in my Reaper run I did recently, is like, say you have Warlock and you charge your big meteor. If you swap into Reaper, it calculates the meteor damage off of Reaper's basic damage. So like, you can just do so much fucking insane broken shit with Reaper. And like I said, or I think I've mentioned this to you, I want to do like a Macbeth Reaper run and just have Macbeth's damage off of Reaper's damage percent. That's like the
Uh,
dream run I have right now.
yeah, okay, so that is actually kind of smart. I'm not gonna lie, I never thought of that.
It's crazy, bro. Dude, watch my Reaper Meteor run, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, actually, I never thought of that. But then
Yeah,
again, it's like I feel like
because the thing is,
that's just
Reaper
a
itself is kind of weak, but it's like its spells aren't that good. Its basic isn't that good, but you can
Nani
just do.
Nani Nani
Okay, well, dude, what I mean
Nani.
is like the damn. Okay, so like think about it, right? Like if Warlock had the damage percent potential of Reaper, it would be insane.
Yeah,
And
but
just
okay,
because
but
that's its abilities
are
are
we not
strong.
gonna talk about how you can just press Fisher, press the harvest, and the hero is dead? Are we
But
not gonna?
it's like very small DPS over a long period of time. I'm talking like big bursts of damage. like Reaper has nothing to access to nothing that's similar to like Meteor or
Okay,
Macbeth.
for
Is
now,
basically what I
for
mean.
now, Source, trust me, bro. I'll have to show you some big burst,
Okay,
bro.
please do. Yeah, please do.
Okay, later though. I don't wanna like do this
Yeah,
during
I
the
know.
tier list. But
Yeah,
Source,
that makes
trust
sense.
me, bro. For now,
I
uh,
will. I will.
Recruit. I don't know
This
how
could be
good
a
Recruit is
disagreement.
dispatched, to be honest.
He's great. Well, and we might disagree on this because it's like the way I play the game. I love summoner skulls and like the swap summoner skulls
The thing
especially.
about Summoner Skulls is that you can just so for example if you're with Recruit or Grave, if Joan decides to be a good girl and stay on the ground, even if she does the laser attacks, you can just dodge and you have the damage up.
Hmm.
That's something that the summoners have, but I feel like Recruit, at least in the previous patch, he was not that great. I don't know how the items affected him, but I don't.
In 1.4, he did get the assassin dude that I think made him better, but like he was like
The thing about
I don't know
he got the assassin, but he lost the
the
archer.
swordsman. No, he lost the swordsman. He still has the archer.
Yep, yeah, but the archer is nowhere near as good. The archer got
Did
gutted.
they nerf it? Oh
Yeah,
shit, I didn't know that.
yeah, it does. Like almost everything got nerfed. Because the thing is, now recruit works off of the the instant the summoners come out. So when they come out, they deal that big damage hit,
Hmm.
and then they just hit you with the pillows, right?
That's
So
true.
thing is like
But
once that
the thing,
happens, it's good. But I feel like it just lost a bunch of like. I feel like it just lost part of what made recruit great. That just great passive damage all the time. Now it's like you have to engage a lot more.
yeah, the way I look at recruit is it's like I literally don't look at recruit as like its own skull. I look at it as a completely support skull. Like if I have it on a run, it's like there for me swapping into it and then running away from the enemies for
Yeah,
like a
but
couple
it's
seconds, and then I swap out
yeah, but
into
it's
the
one of those
better
things where
skull.
it's like if you want to use him like that, he's way too freaking expensive, right? He's common. Getting him into
Oh,
legendary is way too fucking
Y-
expensive.
that's exactly what I think about recruit is like once it's getting it to legendaries is such a chore, and before that it's so awful, like it does nothing. So
It's just yeah. So I feel like considering him after you get into legendary, after you have a good skull in the back, after it's just like it's just so it just you have the stars lined up, right?
mhm.
It's just I overall I don't think recruit is that great right now. He works well, but I don't feel like there's anything that just makes this guy pop off.
Yeah, I I think we
Whereas like
basically placed it around the same.
yeah, whereas like Grave, while he does feel like less of a chore to play than Grave you can actually achieve good results with
Yeah,
Grave.
grave pops the fuck off.
Yeah, so like Grave can do boss damage. Grave can do like I mean about the same rune clear I want to say because like the rune clear is not bad from recruit. Like the big charger
Hmm.
guy actually clears a bunch of things. The thing is like the boss damage is rough on recruit, but it's good on Grave, right?
Exactly, I agree with you.
So recruit has more utility and ease of use. Grave has better results overall.
Hmm.
There was a time when recruit was a better Grave rebozo.
Yeah, dude, I missed the grave recruit combo when grave was a physical skull. It
Yeah,
was always like a stupid fun run to do.
yeah. Shield that is a skull I never really valued that much, but honestly, it's kinda
It
great, bro.
has, dude, it's climbed my personal rank so
Yeah, it
far.
is
Like,
so good. I don't think he's S tier yet because like just because of these guys, but he's very
I
fucking good.
I put it at the tip top of my tier list, and it's just because like it can do everything basically. Like
Yeah, but
there's nothing it can't do.
he's very slow at everything, and it's like I feel like his passive is so useless. Like the fact that
Which one's that?
the parry, the parry is like the dumbest parry in the world, bro. No,
It
no
has a
cap.
it has a parry passive.
Yes, when you hold the shield, where you it just like nullifies the damage and does the parry.
Oh,
That
that's a parry. I just always saw that as like a just like a. It's basically like warriors pauldrons, basically.
I mean, I guess, but yeah, but like if they hit into you, they get damage. It's such a dumb parry because it takes so long to set up, and like, it takes so long to like end. That's like, what's the point of the fucking parry,
Well,
bro?
what
I
about
need to
that?
do reads like madman just to get.
It does have that ability though that makes it instant. The chart where it like makes its
Of course,
concentration and
I'm
speed.
just like judging each part specifically. So like
Sure,
the passive is kind of useless, right? But I
that's
feel
fair.
like there's one thing that Shield does that just really like throws him up the tier list, and that is rush, like the rush skill, concentration,
Hmm.
speed. It is
And
dumb. That thing is dumb. Like that thing
it doesn't
single
fucking die,
handedly,
dude.
yeah,
That's why
single
I like Shield.
handedly carries fucking Shield, bro. Single
It's the
handedly.
most beginner friendly skull. It won't die. It just, dude. Like I think every a new player who's struggling to get a
Okay,
win
so
just play
that's
Shield, bro.
I don't feel like I agree with that one, right? Like all he does, he has a bit more extra shield than like Paladin, right? But it's like
Oh
he's
no way. He has very consistent, easy to get shield.
yeah, but the thing
And
is, he has two skills that give him shield. Paladin sort of has only one, right? That's kind of the thing. That's really most of the difference between these two, and it's like, I feel like
I,
at least the one that gives him damage, like the passive that gives him damage, the based on how much shield he has, is good. But yeah,
well, I guess we'll just have to disagree on that. But I personally think that if you're a new player, well, who would you recommend to win with like your first win with like a new player?
right there.
Oh, that's fair. That's a good one.
Okay, so the Rider, you just gotta learn to control it, but yeah, he's just you don't need to learn the boss mechanics to win with Rider. So like I feel like the the skulls that are easy to win games with are the skulls that skip fights entirely. So Prisoner is easy to win with, you know? You can just like throw the trap down and just do whatever the fuck you want. Things are
I
gonna
would
die.
agree with that, but like I just think that new players will still probably die because like they don't know how to dodge the enemy attack patterns where like shield you can just stand there like an idiot with
Yeah, so
like
like
just
most rider runs from beginners or like prisoners or like I don't know predator, you know, most runs that fail with these guys, like even paladin is a great beginner skull because of how great his basic attack is. But most runs that fail is because they do a bad job at giving these guys items. You know, you'll always see them
yeah.
giving like hybrid builds for some reason. You know, like giving health items. You know, no, just build these guys for damage, and you don't need to care about getting hit. No, you will just win. Anyway, moving on. Sword. I feel like sword is amazing.
Yeah. I actually
Uh,
do you think sword got worse in 1.5?
no, not by a long shot. He's way
Really?
better.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
way
think so.
better, honestly.
I think magic sword was like
The
better.
thing about Magic Sword is that he was worst Frost back then.
Really?
Yeah, his damage was a bit worse. Like his skills were not that great, you know.
If
His,
only I could make a video to like show, like why I disagree. But like we can't do it anymore because he's not in the game. But I
yeah,
think old sword was so good. Like Sawblade Slash especially. Like it was just so
yeah,
good. It
but
did so much
yeah,
damage.
you did he did the like alright damage, but then what? No. It's like it's just you just using this skull for that one skill, and even that does okay, it does decent damage. It's like what's the
It
point?
did great damage. Sawblade Slash was awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna have to check some VODs on that. We're gonna have to like
Yeah.
talk a bit
Unfortunately,
later
I
on
don't
that.
have any videos. I don't
Yeah,
have any
we're
videos
gonna
to
have to
like
talk a
show
bit
my
later on that.
case.
Anyway, so
Uh,
current sword, easy A tier, I'm gonna say the best Blitz skull for a reason. And
yeah,
like
he's
bleed
very
is
good at
really
that.
good right now, so
Hmm.
decent skull.
Is it still broken?
Yes, I do believe that bleed 4 is still broken and it does not crit, which is
Unfortunate.
kind of rough. Warlock here.
Excellent. I put it there too. It's
Yeah, so
clunky.
it's like he's low on this list, right? Because he's one of the safest skulls to clear rooms with because you can just hold a corner and hold meteor.
Hmm.
But yeah, so like the bosses is where things get rough, right? Because you have to charge against the boss and you have no iframes on your dash. And the
Yeah.
dash is really short, and the
And
concentration is long, and the it does not deal great damage even when it does hit. You know, it's like it's
Yeah,
the boss.
Meteor is like the by far runaway like ability that this skull has access to, and all the other ones are like mediocre.
Yeah, they're very mediocre. But
And
yeah, Warlock is a solid 8 here. I want to say one of the better room clearing skulls in the game, but
fucking
it
awful
stops
at the
there.
drone fight.
Yeah, yeah, especially the drone fight. The drone fight is rough. Although something you do with Warlock is you can actually charge the meteor not all the way, and
Yeah, that's true.
it will deal more damage.
Oh, more?
Yeah, I'll actually show you some balls later. write this shit down. I'll actually forget.
Yeah,
Anyway, Aqua. High on A, I want to say.
I put it in top above Predator and Berserker. Or no, I put it in between Berserker and Predator.
Okay,
I was like,
no, no. I can't agree at all.
I
Why
just
would you?
think
Okay, so
because it's passive, bro.
okay, so
It's like
tell me one reason why water is better than Paladin, for example.
it's passive and gunpowder sword slash invisible blade slash thieves armor slash all like literally all these because it works with it and it just deals so much damage. You can get like a whole room of your water waves bouncing around, hitting everything, dealing like the water wave damage itself plus the damage of the items that you have
Okay,
attached to it.
it's good item synergy, but without those, you know, like item synergy is a bonus, but it's not a reason.
Yeah, but then you could just like build flat, basic, like pure unga bunga damage, and you still have the water waves bouncing around in the room, hitting everything.
Then that is just, you know, it is this kind of tier. Like it is this kind of
I would put it up there.
like no thing is like when you just build this guy for like raw damage, these guys can get that kind of result.
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Like free, you know, because the thing is, Rider gets better results.
Does it?
Mummy gets
Oh,
better result.
I
Paladin
put
gets.
Rider above Water in my tier list.
So and things like Paladin, you know, Paladin has that same crazy damage. However, Paladin also has support. Paladin has double dashes. Paladin's basic attack is way fucking larger. It's kind of dumb, you know.
Is
Which
it? Because like the water waves have infinite range on a flat surface.
yeah, but thing is, how many times do you actually need like do you actually need that infinite range? Because most of the time, if a basic attack is large enough,
It certainly helps in the Joan Part 1 fight.
okay, I guess yeah, okay, I guess that's like one time when it's useful, but it's like at the same time, it's not like it's
In most boss fights, really, because like it bounces off the walls, whereas like so it has like more potential to build up and like have like
yeah, but
scaling than paladins.
true, but thing is like Paladin is way easier to build up. You know, I feel like it's just the support in particular, and the thing is where it's just like Paladin can just go straight into that big damage, not have to wait for like okay, set up the puddle, then start attacking, then wait for the puddles to come up, then eventually the damage will ramp up to be really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I really value what water does. I think it's just like
So yeah, he's very good for sure, but I feel like it just he doesn't
I,
break
I
that
kind of I call it a
broken
pseudo
level that
speed
these
skull.
guys. Nah, he's still slow as fuck.
That's how I refer to it.
Come on.
Well, yeah, but it's like it has the like the DPS potential of a speed skull. That's why I call it a pseudo speed skull.
True. But then again, so do these guys up here. You know, it's like I
Not
feel like it's,
Paladin. Well, I guess Paladin kind of does. I don't know.
Paladin
But
has Paladin
three
has
of those skulls up there are speed skulls. So
yeah, three of those guys, and one has a sort of skill speed skull kind of basic attack. But yeah, so Paladin doesn't have the same crazy output as these guys, but he has crazy support. Even
yeah,
at
I mean,
unique.
I love all of these skulls.
So
Like
it's like
all
I
of
feel
them are
like
good
it's
skulls.
just you could maybe argue for like you know like around here, you know, but definitely not up here. Like up here is just you know you're capping. You know, there's no way.
I am overdue for a big damage focused water run. So I
Because
might
it's
try
like
that on my channel.
you're saying that by putting water up here is you're saying that water and prisoner are about the same level, which is
Oh
not
no.
true.
Well, I had one less tier than you. I think I had 4 and you have 5. Or yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have one more, by the way. Just you know for what Skull.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah. So thing is like when I do a tier list, it's like if I put skulls in the same tier, I'm saying that what they do, like the results they achieve, or like the way you play them, is not too much different from one another, right? So like Prisoner and Reaper both are into that like broken, dumb damage, room clearing, whatever dumb bullshit, right? It's like
Yeah.
Prisoner and Water is like these guys are not in the same ballpark, my brother. You know,
Well, I disagree.
it's like a Prisoner, you just get whatever skill. You just dash into mobs, use the skill, dash in again, jump up, jump up. Like you just actually freestyle as Prisoner, and you win the game. And it gets way better results, and it has way more item synergy, and it's just
Well,
everything.
here's
Yeah,
my compromise. Uh, I think for your criteria and your tier list, I think water would belong in S. Like I would make that argument. But if you want to put it in A, I think that's
the thing
that's
is like
perfectly acceptable for
yeah, the
me.
thing is like I'm saying either very high A or like maybe S tier. Like I'm a bit iffy on the S tier, but I can see like he has this level of potential. Like
Yeah, he's very good.
he's
That's
just
fair.
swinging around here, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, I'm gonna put him in like top of A for now.
I love water. Oh, also, is this like what's up with this? Does he always have that headband, or am I just like cap? Like, am I fucking imagining
Uh,
that? Like,
yeah, he does. I believe. I do believe he
I
does.
don't know. I guess I just never noticed it. I felt like maybe they changed his sprite or something, but
Yeah. Anyway, Warrior. Honestly, he gets overhyped a bit too much.
I love warrior. But
I love Warrior too, but he's he.
yeah, I
You
don't
know,
know.
it's like why should I worry about like waiting for my opponent to hit me and do all that kind of shit when I could just get these guys and kill the boss regardless?
Yeah.
It's like, come on. And honestly, hot take, very hot take, but Warrior before was better.
I don't think that's a hot take because he had final slash and he could just like literally
He
one
had
shot like
Final Slash had infinite vertical range, so you could just insta kill the Chowan, you
I
know.
do well okay. The hot
Whereas now you have to climb up, you know. You could just charge all Final Slash on the ground. It was
yeah.
fully charged up by the time the Chowan was there, you know. The
The
one
one thing
thing,
I will say
yeah,
is like it's not all about bossing, obviously. Warrior is more consistent now. Like he's just like he doesn't have the
true,
broken
true.
potential he had.
Yeah, but
Like he
honestly,
can't
something that I feel like 1.5 did, because we're talking about 1.4 here. But I feel like something 1.5 did is it removed demolition.
oh yeah, that's
So
true.
that's one of the warrior inscriptions.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a shot of
Why
nerf.
did they remove demolition?
Yeah, honestly, the demolition was one of the most interesting inscriptions in the game because I feel like I don't care if an inscription is useful or on one or two specific skulls, as long as it's useful on them, you know. As long as
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I'm doing a warrior run, I want to do demolition. No,
Yeah.
I don't care about the items. I don't care that the items are garbage, but I want to do demolition. It is that good, you know. It was one of
It
the
would
better designed inscriptions for sure. It didn't deserve the
I think
boot.
they replaced it with brawl, which is like brawl blows, bro. Bring back demolition, take out brawl, and then we're
Yeah,
set.
Brawl is bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's decent, but you know, it's not demolition.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But yeah, honestly, Warrior is an average 8-year skull. He's getting a bit overhyped by saying he's one of the best freaking
Concentration
power
skulls.
skulls. Not by
Oh.
far. Not
Well,
by a
okay,
long
you could
shot.
do really, really fucking cool things with him with like double symbol of toughness because he still procs the effect without taking damage. It's just stupid. It's really fun, but like that's niche. Like it's not
Yeah, but
even
like,
worth.
it's
It's
a
just a cool
gimmick.
thing to
It's a
do with him.
gimmick. You know,
Yeah,
it's the
it
definition
is.
of a
Yeah,
gimmick. You know, it's
it's
like
really cool, but it's gimmicky. It's just
having an
I agree with you.
on-demand invincibility is nice and all, but it's like most of the guys don't need it regardless, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
he needs it because he's a fucking tackle dashing power
yeah,
skull. That just yeah.
Minotaur probably around the same tier. I would say, you know,
I
maybe
do
top
think
of
Minotaur.
B
I think
around A
Minotaur's
tier.
pretty good now,
Like
but
the
like
thing about that is Minotaur got a small nerf, whereas like the rocks are not as good anymore. You know the rocks he does after he like does any skill, like the rocks
yeah.
that bounce off. they're not as good anymore, and they don't pro gunpowder as well. So like he got a small
Oh,
nerf in that sense.
that's so. Wait, did they before?
Yeah, that was one of the.
What the? How do they come up with these fucking designs? Or it's like, the rocks procking gunpowder. That's too much, man. Take that shit off.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's so weird.
It is very weird. But yeah, I feel like he's just solid. He deals
He's
decent
he's
damage.
probably worse than Warrior.
Yeah, I want to say so. Just because I feel like Warrior has potential to like shoot a bit upwards. There's like Minotaur is like he's the like middle of the road. He does the
He's
job, but
so fucking wide, dog. Like if you have fucking Minotaurus in the Joan fight and she summons the
yeah,
beams,
yeah.
like he's so wide he can't fucking get out of the way.
It's not just the
Same
beams.
with like,
Like the big issue is like when she does the full screen. Like when the purple balls come up.
yeah, dude.
Bro,
Oh my god, he's fucked.
finding a safe place with Minotaur is long.
And the same thing with like Chimera's poison pillars. It's like, good fucking lord, help me, please.
I mean, at least Chimera poison pillars usually have at least one spot that's like very wide.
Yeah. But you
So
gotta fucking dash towards it with a tackle dash. It's
yeah,
like, god
I mean,
damn.
he has some skills that actually move him forward, so it's not that terrible.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
do like Minotaur. Like I'm dogging on him right now, but I do like him. He's just he's okay.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, moving to Werewolf. I mean, what do we talk about the Haxa dude? He's not that
He's
great right now. I don't
I
think
could
there's.
say a lot about him, but
The thing is like,
we can.
what can we say? Because the thing is,
I
we.
miss him, man. When he looked like that, he was so cool, and now he's just sucks.
Yeah, dude, he's just Yaksha right now. There's nothing he does to even like hope to move him out of C.
Yeah,
He's
trash.
very fucking.
They need to fix Rakshasa. I can't believe that they fucking.
Yeah, it's like he's
did
one
that.
of the only skulls right now where it's like buffing, man. Like he's been buffed and he's still bad.
Yeah, they were like, we fixed him in 1.4 point whatever the fuck it was. It's like, no, you didn't fix. Guys, why are you so scared of him? Fix him, please. And
Okay,
also, I agree with this decision.
so this is one of the things that people have issues with. People have
You
issues
think?
with Werewolf in SS tier, SSS tier. Like
Yeah.
not only the best, but the best by a very
Yeah.
large margin.
I put him at the top of my tier list too. Like, he can do everything. He's
Yeah,
a
he can do
werewolf. Like,
everything, but as I said, it's like I feel like he's the best by a lot. That's why I
I
feel like
agree.
it's just not in the same tier as Prisoner, but better than Prisoner because he does what Prisoner does, but he also gives the best support in the game.
Yeah.
And you can
And
just
like,
and he can
they've
do that at
tried.
rare. He's very cheap.
Tried to
Yeah,
fucking bring him
th-
down. They've tried so hard. They've done several things to him to try and
it's
make
just
him a
thing
little
is like
better.
Werewolf will never be bad. Like the most Werewolf can go is here. If like
Yeah.
you can just make him have no basic attack, right? Have no button for basic attack. As long as Hunt exists, he's still gonna be like S tier at the absolute lowest. Now
Yeah.
Hunt is like way too powerful. It's I wanna say the single best button in the game.
It is. And, well, like, he's the speedrun skull, and speedrunners are all about breaking
Yeah,
the
it's
game
like
and doing it as
there's
quickly
a
as
lot of
possible.
contention for like the best button in the game. Like Rider's Bike is one of the very good contender, but it's like I feel like just because of how much Hunt does, it's so good.
Yeah. And people
It-
like, and this might be a bit of a hot take. I don't know if you agree with me, but like people like have this weird like hesitation towards Magic Werewolf. And I don't think they realize that like Hunt doesn't give a fuck if you're doing
yeah, I
magic
think
or physical
yeah,
damage.
yeah Magic Werewolf is still good. It's
Yeah, you
actually
can like
like
predation is like the highest damage, like it's the most damage that Werewolf can do with a single hit. You just
yes.
have to have Hunt
I
attached
want
to
to
it as well.
say Magic Werewolf is like at least very very high A tier. At least like
Yeah, I
absolute
agree.
weakest. No, the
Eh,
most you can downplay Magic Werewolf is a very high A tier skull. Just
yeah.
because, and even without like Hunt, the Reaper part is a crazy room clearer, dude. It actually does
Mm-hmm.
a good damage and refreshes itself when it kills something. So it
Mm-hmm.
is spammable as all fuck,
Yeah.
And when it kills, it does a bite forward that deals like extra damage and clears some rooms and does some claws in the back and does your taxes and like gets your like takes your dog out for a walk. Like it just does everything.
Yeah. It's so good, dude.
It just
Like I'm glad we agree with that because like
there's
I don't know,
nothing
man,
in the game that Werewolf doesn't do
and
better
it does it
than
better than most other
yeah.
things. And if you're
It
just
is
playing
just
physical werewolf, I mean,
yeah.
come
You
on.
should you just hunt is too
Werewolf
powerful,
is
man. Like Werewolf, you can just take Hunt out, and Werewolf is still a good skull, but Hunt just pushes him like way past everything. Like
it's
Hunt
actually
is
shocking. Nothing else like it is even in the game at all.
yeah,
It's really
true,
shocking
true, true.
that they
Like
gave him this
there is
such a powerful
some
tool.
things like it, like Predator's swapping is like, oh, you deal 30% more damage to marked enemies. It's like, yeah, but why does
Oh
Werewolf
wow,
get to?
30%.
Yeah, what does
Yeah, he gets
Werewolf
120%. It's actually it's 150, isn't it?
50,
At legendary.
150%. And the
God,
dumbest part
it's
is, even at rare, it is 100%. That is
that's so
mad, bro.
fucking
Like
stupid.
you get
That's
this skull, you get this guy from the fox, you invest 10 bones and
and you
stones.
have
That is
yeah,
stones.
exactly. That's it. That's all you need.
That is it. You invest 10 bones, bro. You know, like we are talking about
But
how recruit needs like 140, like grave is very expensive. This guy, nah. You know, you just get
yeah,
this guy for 90% off.
it's crazy that the devs haven't even like they've touched werewolf so many times to try and fix him, but they've never touched hunt.
It is
What
insane.
I'm glad that they haven't, but I don't understand how they haven't.
Like the fact that I feel like it's one of those things where it's like just because people don't necessarily agree that werewolf is this broken, alchemist gets the boot, but he's he just gets to stay where he is. It's kind of dumb.
I know. Though I
Like
will say I'm very happy that they fucking obliterated Flame Flask. Fuck Flame Flask. I hated that
honestly, it was
fucking
the
ability.
one thing that you would take alchemist for. Like I don't know, man.
I just
I'd rather have flame flask than no alchemist, bro. I'm sorry.
I
I'd,
don't know. I don't
I'd
know, dude.
rather
I
have
just
alchemist in the game.
still take him sometimes, but I do agree with you. Like they
So,
need to
so,
give him something.
sometimes when you just hate yourself,
Yeah, I
you
actually think that when it comes to like any run where I'm like considering a skull I want to bring, I think Alchemist is literally always at the back. Like I just don't want to take it.
it's
I
like
don't
yeah,
know.
it's just
It's
yeah.
boring.
He
That's
has
the
one
problem
of
with him.
the worst skills in the game. Like
Well, I like this tier list overall. I agree with most of it.
yeah, I feel like this is a very solid tier list.
Yeah.
Uh,
The only oh, ooh,
yeah, don't worry, my
phone.
phone. Yeah, no, don't worry.
Yeah, gotcha.
Uh, what are you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say the only thing that there's like champion being so high I don't agree with necessarily, but I do see your reasoning behind it, and also I do need to do more experimentation with it.
Yeah, but I feel like
Um,
it's like even if I feel like a good tier list is not the one that's like, oh, I don't want to change anything about this. I feel like a good tier list is a tier list when you want to say, oh, you look at the water and say, okay, maybe I don't agree with A, but he's around that level, right? I want to say S, right?
exactly.
And it's like
Yeah.
you don't see Alchemist up here, and that's what makes the tier list good, right?
Yeah.
So the thing
I
is
agree.
like you may not disagree exactly with the placing, but you agree with the overall power level of the skull.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what makes the tier list good.
And I
Uh,
can say confidently I agree with pretty much all of this.
yeah,
The
honestly,
thing that
like
shocked me the most was Monkey. I think that shocked me to my core seeing him in B when I thought he would be in C.
yeah, my man shed a tear for that.
Hey, you know, I'm glad people are coming around to at least thinking Monkey is not as bad as it gets the reputation for being. For
Yeah,
some
it's like
reason,
I feel
people
like it's
really
just
hate Monkey.
because of how 1.5 introduced so many new items, you have to put more emphasis on skulls that use items very well, right? Like
Yeah,
before, it was literally just gunpowder. It was like harder to make an argument for it. But
yeah, that's true.
now like the list is just wider and wider, right?
Yeah,
And
basic
it's like
attacks are up good. Like
yeah,
basic attacks are fucking nuts right
yeah,
now.
they're eating good this match. But yeah, that was the tier list, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Go to my man's Haxa channel. You know, drop a like, drop a sub. You know,
Yeah.
check his content. Pretty solid dude. And yeah, tell me in the comment section below what you think of the tier list. If you disagree, I'll probably like ban and report you. You know, just for the sake of it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Peace.